Presidential candidate killed by an assassin's bullet at a campaign event as escalating gang violence grips the country. Richard Engel now with the disturbing video.
Presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio was surrounded by bodyguards, leaving a campaign event in Ecuador's capital as he was getting into a truck. You can hear the gunfire. He was shot in the head and killed just 2 weeks before the election. The lawmaker and former journalist was running on a pledge to root out corruption and organized crime, now terrorizing the streets. The president says assassins tossed a grenade as they escaped. At least 6 people are under arrest. Drug violence is skyrocketing in Ecuador, with gangs fighting over roots and turf. Villavicencio promised to clean house. These are some of his last words at his final campaign event. What we need to do is to lock up the thieves, he said. Villavicencio had said he'd been repeatedly threatened by drug cartels. Tonight, Ecuador's president has declared a state of emergency. Lester?
Richard Engel on China's human rights abuses and the lengths it's allegedly going to cover them up, even trying to get to people who've already fled the country. We get more from Keir Simmons.
Tonight, Idris Hassan is in a prison in Morocco. His wife and young daughter, thousands of miles away in Turkey, listening to our phone call as he tells us about his 2-year nightmare.
Sometimes I cannot breathe.
Hassan was arrested by Moroccan authorities, wanted by China under an Interpol red notice, which Interpol confirms has since been dropped. He's a member of the mostly Muslim Uyghur minority from China, the Chinese government accused by the US of committing genocide against Uyghurs. While in exile, Hassan campaigned against that treatment. China calls that terrorism and wants him extradited. He says he's innocent, and now his wife and 3 children live in fear. You must miss them.
I miss very, very much my family. I have a picture of my family. I cannot see this picture. If I see this picture, I am very upset. I'm crying for myself.
Tonight, a new report obtained exclusively by NBC News documents disturbing efforts by China to allegedly target exiled Uyghurs. We have your father and sister. You'll never see them again if you don't collaborate with us, the report says one anonymous victim was told. The report by Safeguard Defenders, a non-profit human rights group highly critical of the Chinese government, describes cases like Cevlan Shememet, living in Turkey, who says his family was forced to call him from China and urged him not to speak up on human rights. When you got that phone call, did you believe that they were speaking?
I know that the phone call is belong to the Chinese police department.
The Chinese embassy in Washington tells NBC News China is ruled by law. It can't be accused of torture, persecution, or arbitrary detention against Uyghurs. It's not about human rights, ethnicity, or religion, but about fighting violence, terrorism, and separatism.